Not often I will acknowledge this, Bill, but I think Dennis Cometti's call at that moment probably a little better, snuck on him up on him like a librarian.
Yes,
but
indeed.
we've got the great Heath Shaw with us. Heater, welcome.
G'day, boys. Thanks for having me on.
Hey, how's that, mate? I'm like September in finals. I kicked 9 or 8 or 7 goals and kicked the goal after the siren. You're known for smothering a ball.
Oh no, mate. I would say it's a little bit embarrassing. Obviously, when you did smothering when you're a little kid, you go to the back of the line and you stay away from it because you don't want to do that. That's boring. And I'm going to be remembered for a smother for the rest of my life in a grand final, and it especially comes up this time of year.
Yep.
Well, but Heater, we all do lots of stuff on stage with various people, and whenever I get someone like yourself up or our great mate Craig Kelly,
Yep.
I always say to the crowd assembled, take a very good look at this man because it's a rare species of Collingwood Premiership player. There aren't many of them around, so you are a legend of that place for that reason alone, and obviously a fine career. So we are going to pick your brains on the grand final coming up. Just straight off the top, who are you liking?
Well, I don't know if you watched the Heater and Daisy show, but
No.
I think halfway through the year, I think Melbourne and Bulldogs were on top of the ladder, and I said, I'm not sure these two teams will make the grand final. So shows how much my 325 games of experience means in the footy terms. But the reason behind it, I thought they were peaking too early. They were on fire, those two teams. And so I thought, they might have spent their tickets by September, but both, obviously had some really good weeks the last couple of weeks. Melbourne have been the best team all year, and so I'm probably going to have to stick with Melbourne. I think the Bulldogs have done it the hard way the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks, so I think Melbourne are flying.
Who's got the best midfield? Good question, that.
Apart from the East Keilor Cougars, who I play for in the EFL,
The Cougars.
we bat pretty deep at East Keilor. Well, they're both very good midfields. I personally, I think Melbourne's spine from full forward all the way through to full back is probably the best spine in the comp at the moment. And when you've got a good spine, I know I sound like I'm an 80s coach here. When you've got a good spine, you can fill in the gaps around them, and it makes it a lot easier. So I think Melbourne's defence is as solid as a rock. So that spine helps, and Bulldogs might have to, invent a few goals like they've done the last couple of weeks with Bailey Smith. So, but you've got a few avenues to go with Melbourne.
You had that amazing 2010 grand final experience. Melbourne are going to go 28 games, Heater, playing 1 game of footy in the lead up. Does that have any impact?
Well, they'll be fresh. Always helps. It's a unique one because most of the year you spend trying to rest and rejuvenate the body, and then when we get to finals, it's like it's the worst thing in the world not to have a week off. So I think they'll be primed. I can't see the motivation levels dropping off for a grand final, and that fresh legs, like I said, you throw it all out there in a prelim, have a break, and then you go again. So I don't think it's an issue, but it's a pretty good build-up, I think.